Win Daily. You won't believe this, but this is actually our second podcast together tonight. Our first one did not record for some reason. Skype is being stupid, to say the least. Skype, if you're listening to our podcast, we hate you. But really, I'm here. Beercast number 2. All right. We're going to be talking about a potential 50K prize for League of Legends tomorrow. All right. We've had a practice run at this, so we're already pros because we already know what we're going to talk about. But we're going to be talking about the LCS League of Legends, which is the North American. Nicky, I won't call you out again about your Canada comment being in North America, but really ultimately what it boils down to is I'll ask you guys again. Rocker, what do you know? Oh, wait. Why am I saying Rocker? What do you know? Rocker and Nicky, say what's up. Sorry.
What is up, everybody? Thanks for joining us here on this live cast. And yeah, we're going to talk about some what we consider LOL. Now I know it has multiple meanings, so I'm learning every day.
Nicky, what do you say? What's up, man?
What's up, everybody? We're going round 3 for this one, so it's going to be a really, really good beer cast at this point.
Yeah, don't walk out on us this time.
I'm all out. I got 2 empties already, right?
I'm still good. I got a refill. I'm good.
We drank like a case already.
So really, you guys don't know about League of Legends, but I'll do a quick run through of it once again because this is the fun part of discussing it. League of Legends is just an online video game. It's eSports. Really what it boils down to is there's 2 teams who start off on opposite sides with base, and they try to do what they can to control the map. Say, hi, Momo, hey. So really what they do is they try to control the map. They have little minions that run. I call them minions. I don't know what they're called, but basically they go around there and they try to control the map. They try to get resources. They level up, and by leveling up, they get stronger to just easily destroy the base. You get points by getting kills, by killing turrets, which are on your defense, by killing dragons, which are on your defense too. Yeah, it's some fun stuff. League of Legends, right? So as we were talking about, look at Rocket shaking his head. So really what it boils down to is DraftKings is doing for this North American contest a $10 entry, 16,000 people. I hate the contest size, obviously. You can find my contest selection on Win Daily, but really what it boils down to is 50K to first is sexy. You know, I might mass multi-enter, I might do it. But really we're going to focus on the games. So I'm going to change up what we did last time so that you guys aren't waiting around for me talking, but we have 5 games to talk about, or 5 matchups to talk about. We're going to skip one because we don't like it. It's mainly for GPP, but it's deep GPP. So we're going to skip that one altogether. But really there's a few teams that we like here. We're going to start off with one of the best odds on the slate, which is going to be Team Solo Mid, which just came off a big win against Cloud9, which we'll talk about after. Cloud9 is ranked 1. They only have 1 loss, and it was against this Team Solo Mid team. They're minus 350 favorites going against Golden Guardians. So Nicky, what do you think about Team Solo Mid? Kick us off.
They're in a good spot. Just a bit of a team breakdown in 6 over 14 games, and they are 6-4 over the last 10, including, like you just said, I mentioned a huge win over Cloud9, who is a heavy favorite going into their matchup, but we'll get into that a bit later. Overall, there's a lot of good plays from their team on their slate. So starting at the top, you got Broken Blade, highest salaried player at the position, but really a good play in terms of consistency. So averaging 26 points over their last 5 wins, and the only times that Broken Blade has scored under 10 points is basically in their 2 losses. So if you're looking for some good consistency, he's definitely a really good play at the top position. At the JNG position, you have Dardoch that's there at 7,400. Personally, I'm not really gonna be playing him. I much prefer Blabber, if I'm pronouncing it properly, from Cloud9 for only $200 more. Just the upside's way better, and in a GPP, we really need to aim for those ceilings, and I don't really think Dardoch gets us there. But again, could be somewhat of a contrarian play because Blabber's probably going to have the higher ownership. But again, I really think I'd rather just eat that chalk and move on. At the mid position, you have Jerkson sitting at 8,000 again, highest salary player at that position. Absolutely on a tear the last two, 14 kills and 16 assists. It really led the way into their win over Cloud9. So definitely going to be somebody that I'll keep an eye on when building my lines and probably get him into the majority of my lineups. At the ADC position, you have Kobe, 7,800. I mean, other than the name narrative there, it is a good play. He's very consistent. Only 2 games with under 10 points in his last 10. Racks up both kills and assists and really gets involved throughout the entirety of the game. So it's definitely something that we want to target when we're building our lineup. Somebody that's very active on the entire map. And then from the support perspective, you have Biofrost sitting at 6,000. A little bit of a steep price to pay for support, but those 2 options there, him and Vulcan at Cloud9 are by far our top 2 options. And Biofrost is definitely a good play and is absolutely on a tear as well in the last 2. He's got 26 assists and has hit double-digit points in 5 out of his last 10. So overall, you have some really, really good plays from this team.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Vulcan, which we'll talk about. I know you like that name, Rocker, a lot. So, I mean, I want to give you the mic so that you can talk. But I'm going to steal your thunder first and talk about one of my favorite teams on this slate, and it's going to be Fly. Really, it sounds great the way I said it. It's going to be Fly. But really what it boils down to with this Fly team is they're the second ranked team, right? Their favorite, they're only minus 300. So FlyQuest going against Immortals. I'm not a big fan of the odds, but again, anything can happen here. They're 8-6. They're on a 2-game losing streak, which kind of worries me. I think it's all about streaks in any sport you play in, and they're actually riding on a cold streak. So in regards to Fly, there's only a few people I like. I think it's more of a GPP play more than anything. They are the last game of the slate as well. So with Fly, I think, you can't go wrong with Power of Evil, Wild Turtle. Those 2 guys are the more consistent guys. But I think just going down to Santorin or Viper is probably your safer bet with FlyQuest. They're just cheaper on there. So at the top, you have Viper. In the jungle, you have Santorin. Those are the guys that you like to touch on. It is an 8-6 Fly versus a 7-7 Immortal. So similar in rankings. And again, as I mentioned, FlyQuest, they are on a 2-game losing streak. They did beat Immortals last time out, so they are 1-0 against them. Cheers, boys. As I finish this, by the way, I forgot to cheers.
Cheers, boys.
So
I'm impressed.
What?
I'm impressed by you guys, man.
Oh, stop it, Rocker. What? Well, why don't you talk about Cloud9, man? They're 13-1. They lost 2 games ago against TSM, who we like from Nicky's side. Talk to me about Cloud9.
Well, you said it before. Well, listen, they're the best team on the entire slate here. They're a heavy favorite, I think, at minus. What did you say before? 500 or 550?
Yeah. Minus 500.
So I mean, right there, I mean, they're a huge favorite. So, when we talk about building strategy in DFS, we talk a lot about ownership. We talk a lot about chalk, and Cloud9 should basically be, big chalk tomorrow, I would think. So, what I'm about to say then is that if we want to win, we got to go a little contrarian and probably fade Cloud9. But here, listen, I'm here to talk about Cloud9 and why I think it's a really strong play. You said it before, Vulcan. So the reason I like Vulcan, not only is it one of my cloud servers I have, I'm a nerd, so I'm always tinkering around with IT stuff. But Vulcan, if you put him in the captain spot, it enables you to get a really nice build together with some of those teams that we're talking about here tonight. So if you end up paying really high for the captain spot, you end up limiting yourself on what I would consider true game stacks. You are correct. Our first Beercast here failed to record, so we're doing this again. And during the little break that we had, not only did I drink 17 beers, I was able to build about 120 lineups, and I tinkered for a while, and I think that putting Vulcan in that spot is a really good option and a really nice way to build. I don't know some of these positions, but the mid position for Cloud9 looks to be what I would consider a really strong play. Nisqui, really strong stats. He's priced pretty. I'd say he's priced down for the stats that it looks like he can, or the value that you can find there at 7,600, and coming in at a heavy favorite on the slate. I do like some of this Cloud9 team. I think it makes a lot of sense to stack with maybe a couple of teams that you're going to be talking about here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I think fading Cloud9 in the MME. If I had to place a bet, it would be that the winning lineup for 50K does not have Cloud9. I don't think it's a good play just because they're priced up too high. Don't get me wrong, you can still win money with them, but I don't think you take down the big GPP with it. And what do we do usually when a team is the best or they have a killer matchup? They play the chalk, especially these guys who don't know what they're doing. You have the Sharks who do know what they're doing, but these guys that don't, they're just going to be like, oh, Cloud9, 13-1, click, 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 and then scrubs all around. I don't like it. I like to do stacks, but I did make a lineup with we'll talk about it after, but we talked about in the first Beercast where I had Cloud9 and TSM. It's not the sexiest lineup because it's tough, but I have Vulcan in the captain spot. And Vulcan in the captain spot is pretty much a lock because the guy averages over between 20 and 25 points a game. And in a one-game League of Legends match, that's actually not terrible. I mean, obviously we want like more than that, but in the captain spot at a discount, Vulcan's going to crush value, especially against these guys. So I like it. Something I want to talk about now, and this is again, I'm preaching again. I know you guys heard this, but I have 6 lineups right now. Well, I have 7 now because I have the TSM and Cloud9 stack. But again, what do you guys think? We'll say it for the viewers. I know you guys don't want to say it again, but Nicky, I'm thinking about doing TSM with Dig, TSM with CLG, Cloud9 with Dig, Cloud9 with CLG, Fly with Dig, and Fly with CLG. I don't know if I repeated myself, but I'm basically just stacking them up with Dig or CLG because it's 2 of the worst teams. Dig is 1-0 against them, but it's a 5-9 versus a 3-11. It's the bottom 2 teams. Am I crazy for using these in my main lines?
While we were kind of waiting to record the second edition here, I was diving into it a bit, and they absolutely wiped the floor with them last time they played out. So I know you told us that they won their previous matchup, but I really like where you're going with this Team Dig call. I mean, 15 kills, 11 towers. I mean, they absolutely destroyed them last time. And when we take a look at other sports, I mean, some of these tight games, it ends up being very worthy of consideration in terms of our GPP builds, and could definitely make your lineup not only different, but could provide some really good value on the slate. So I really like your Cloud9 with Team Dig call.
Yeah, I think it's a good strategy. Rocker, am I crazy?
No, brother. We were talking about it before that they got a really close totals there together. So the over-unders are really tight, which means it's going to be a close battle. So I like the Dig call, and I think if you had to mix it up with CLG a little bit, I like that as well for trying to cover and hedge a little bit, as we say, right?
Yeah.
So,
no,
yeah.
I like it. And Dig is a minus 138 favorite against CLG, which is plus 100. So it's pretty even lines, actually. So CLG could pull the upset, and I think both these teams should go under-owned. I mean, if anything, Dig might be a little bit more because they won the last time around. But if I have CLG in 3 of my 7 lineups, and they win against Dig, man, I'm going to be sitting in some cash flow, boys. What do you think about that, huh?
Come on, man. One of us has to win the 50K.
It would be nothing new. We're used to seeing you at the top of the leaderboard. So
well, now
I expect nothing less tomorrow.
I got to take down League of Legends. Cheers, boys. By the way, I got to finish this.
Go. Cheers.
I'm empty now. See, it's all gone. Anyway, so that's all we got. Really, it's stack TSM, stack Cloud9, stack Fly, Fly is probably my least favorite of those three. And then put them with Dig and CLG. I think it's good. Look at the odds, see if anything changes. As of right now, Team Solo mid TSM is minus 350, Cloud9 minus 500, FlyQuest minus 200. We didn't talk on Team Liquid and Evil Geniuses because they're pretty similar in standings, and it can go either which way. If you want to know a little bit more, Evil Geniuses did win the first time around. But who knows what's going to happen with this matchup? It's a pure fade for me. And maybe in MME you can go that route with one of those teams, but for me, I might just cross out my player pool and just use the others. Is there any last thoughts you guys have, Rocker? Anything for you?
Nah, man, I can't wait to see you at the top of the leaderboards tomorrow.
Oh, stop
and I'll be right above you. So I'm looking forward.
Are you gonna send that live final baseball qualifier again? Is that what you're gonna do?
Ooh, I'll just keep screenshotting that forever. That's my, that's my ticket right there.
I will screenshot then the WFBC live final standings. How about that one, huh?
Ooh, gosh, brutal.
All right, Nicky, anything before we go?
Nothing much. Don't get too cute with it by putting a team at the captain spot, but like we said, don't be afraid to put a support up there. I mean, especially you got Vulcan at that discount, you could get some heavy hitters in the rest of your lineup, and you could really put up some points. So get different with your lineups tomorrow, and I really hope somebody from the Win Daily family takes home that 50K.
Yeah, Skype, for the love of God, please don't freeze on me and make us do this a third time. For James Rocker, the DFS nerd, J Rocker 22, Nicky, the Canadian guy's name, DFS Ghost, and Javi Prellezo, J Prellezo, Javi Win Daily. We're out. Take care, guys. Good luck tomorrow. Win the 50K.
Good night, everybody.
Good luck.